Welcome into Bishop Chatard High School for tonight's contest here on IndianaSRN as the Trojans welcome in Shortridge for tonight's contest right here on IndianaSRN. When we come back, we will set the scene for tonight's contest between Shortridge and Bishop Chatard. We'll be back right after this on IndianaSRN.
Hey folks, good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official, and welcome to Friday Night Football powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Hey, welcome back to Bishop Chatard High School on a crisp fall evening here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Shortridge taking on Bishop Chatard. The Trojans tonight a bit banged up. We will discuss that and more. Let's first thank some of our sponsors. Tonight, we want to thank Morales Group, Burtner Electric, Clean Slate, Aspen Creek Grill, Piper Logistics, Boilermaker Local 374. The first thing to set tonight is the weather. It's been summer-like conditions all week long, and now we get a stiff breeze, about 62 degrees here from Chatard High School. I'm Tony Donahue. Let's bring in Craig Cox. Craig, it's finally that fall crisp football weather that we all love.
No, it is. This is certainly a special time of the year. As I say all the time, you get deeper into your season, the popcorn starts smelling a little differently,
Yeah.
right? We're getting a couple weeks away from sectional play, and you also talk, as we'll get into here in a minute, Tony, in terms of injury sometimes can start to mount up a bit when you start to get to this phase of your season. But certainly got a good one here that we're going to bring your living rooms here on Kessler, and looking forward to it here tonight. Yeah,
Chatard comes in 7-0 on the season. Rob Doyle in his 7th year at the helm. They average 30 points per game. They only give up 9 per contest. Again, number 1 team in the state of Indiana. But, Craig, as you mentioned, they are a bit banged up, trying to get healthy for that tournament run, and that starts with Aiden Arteaga. He is out tonight. Start sophomore quarterback, number 12, Jack Harrington, who played last week.
He did. I mean, it was a great contest. Good test, actually, for Chatard, being 3A school, playing the two-time state qualifier, if you will, with Andrean last week. And I'll tell you, Harrington looked great in the pocket. He's a sophomore. It only had like 36 attempts coming into that game. He really showed a lot of poise. It was almost like he was throwing the ball even better out of the pocket off the run. but had great ball placement. Riley Kinnett's another one that's out tonight, their leading rusher. Talking to the trainer and Coach Doyle as well throughout the week is, they're really looking at this week where some of their starters are going to be resting due to some kind of banged up injuries, and we'll see how that plays out here tonight as they take on the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Joe Bridenstine, the running back, 16 carries, 70 yards, and 4 touchdowns a week ago. Plug and play him, and as you mentioned, Kinnett is out tonight. Matthew Woods on the defensive line is a player we'll be talking about as well. But this Chatard team can score and score in bunches. 11 quarters scoring double digits.
Well, and they're always trying to establish the run, and then they'll try to pop you with the big play. But, the ground game is big. You talked about Bridenstine last week. I mean, coming in, next man up type of thing with Riley Kinnett out, and has a career day for anybody for that matter with 4 touchdowns. But, they are once going to establish the ground and pound and try to possess the ball as much as they can. But, this program is not a stranger to success. I mean, this is a program that obviously has 16 state titles, 4 under Coach Doyle. One last year. He's almost got an 80% winning percentage. It's really a program that, Tony, that just continues to reload.
Let's go to the other side of the sideline. The Shortridge Blue Devils, 3-4 on the season. They lost last week in a close one to Addicks. They've been in every contest so far this year. They lost last week to Addicks by 6. They've lost to Ritter by 11, Tinley by 4, and Park Tudor by 6. But James Edmondson, the starting quarterback, can beat you not only with his arm, but he can also beat you with his feet.
No, it is, and he's really only one of 4. A lot of times you're talking about your backfield with your running backs, but this quarterback, certainly in Edmondson, is one that is a dual threat, as you mentioned. He's also one that has 3 different guys in the backfield that have 300 plus on the year in terms of rushing. They kind of do the same thing on the edges with their wide receivers with Kamari Moore and James Lee, both having pretty good numbers, 4 touchdowns apiece as well. It's a big numbers game, with Shortridge and Coach McCray as well. And, certainly hats off to him and other coaches that deal with that with just a small number of guys having to play not just 2 ways but 3 ways with special teams as well. He's a coach in his 5th year coming in. First 2 years, 1920, didn't even win any games. And they've gotten better each year. No wins in 19 and 20, as I mentioned. Had 4 last year and 3 or 4 this year. And you talked about it, Tony. You got 3 of their 4 losses have been less than a touchdown.
Good to be in those tight, close games. It looks like Chatard will receive the opening kickoff as Shortridge won the toss and deferred. When we come back, we'll get set to kick this one off from Bishop Chatard High School on a crisp Friday night. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
Back here at Bishop Chatard High School just before kickoff here on IndianaSRN. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this great battle we have coming up for you here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue alongside Craig Cox. Craig, before we kick this bad boy off, how important is it for Shortridge to maybe get off the field here after they deferred?
Well, I think absolutely. I mean, anytime that you can take a team like Chatard and get your defense off the field is only going to help for their causes. I think them being able to neutralize the best they can, to sustain really the balanced attack that these Trojans have will certainly be key here tonight.
The Blue Devils will kick off with their blue helmets, white road uniforms, blue lettering, blue pants as the ball is booted on the ground, scooped and picked up on the run at the 35, tries to cut back to the 40, and he's going to be tackled from behind as Bishop Chatard will take over on their first possession. Ball on the 40-yard line. They are in their white helmets, blue pants, blue uniform. Steiner there on the tackle from behind on the pursuit. So 1st and 10 coming up here, ball on the 40-yard line.
And again, as we talked about, you'll see a lot of these guys for Shortridge playing both sides of the ball, as well as even a good portion of special teams as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the sidelines, as far as players go, even with some injuries for Chatard, they certainly have the advantage. First handoff of the game goes to Shaw, pickup of about 10 yards. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it just short, so a 9-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, and coming right out the gate and just running up the, up the A gap here. Now this is a young man that rushed for a couple hundred and 4 scores last week.
So Harrington brings it out of shotgun. The sophomore quarterback, the backup. Quick handoff here up the middle. Gets enough for a 1st down. Spins out of 1 tackle. Spins out of a 2nd. Keeps those legs churning for a pickup of about 10 down to the 40-yard line. And a 1st down, Chatard.
Well, and Shaw's a great downhill runner. I mean, he's one that you really look at and will really, think that, he's 155 pounds, but he really runs much stronger than what his body makeup is.
So 1st and 10, 45 seconds gone by here, 1st quarter. Harrington out of shotgun. Fakes it, throws it, wide open, caught at the 45. Lowers the shoulder, and it's a pickup of about 8. Nice pickup there, Jack Wainbright on the reception. So pickup of about 7 there, making a 2nd down and 3.
Number 12, John Davis.
Davis makes the tackle for Shortridge.
2nd down and 3.
Wind's blowing. We might see some rain. It looks like it could blow over. It was very dark as we arrived here at the stadium about an hour ago. 2nd down, going deep, left side, incomplete, slightly overthrown, and great defensive pressure there by Shortridge. It'll be a 3rd down and 3, ball on the 33-yard line.
Well, and Coach McCrae's coming out the jump out the gate right here, Tony, as far as having press coverage and really having a lot of confidence in his corners to guard these guys and cover them one-on-one.
The junior Fred Johnson on the defensive breakup there. So 3rd down, 3 coming up here. More than likely 4-down territory here early on in the 1st quarter. Man goes in motion. Harrington out of gun. And we'll have a...
Looks like we're going to get a timeout.
I think we have a flag on the play, and it's going to be encroachment on Shortridge. So that will automatically offsides, yes. So that'll give the 1st down to Bishop Chatard. So the first penalty of the night, charged to Shortridge.
That was interesting. The nearby sideline field judge actually threw his flag, but then he turned towards Shortridge and motioned towards a timeout. And he was the one that threw the flag, but nonetheless gives him 5 more.
1st and 10 from the 28. Here is the handoff. Left side, breaks it down to the sticks. Marked them just short, so Shaw picks up another 9 yards on 1st down, and it's 2nd and 9.
Well, this is what you get with a Coach Doyle team. Again, the ground and pound, thinking about ball control, working the clock. Again, they will do this week in and week out, just pound you. The guys up front in this offensive lines that they have, it certainly does a great job week in and week out.
So 2nd and 1. And looks like we have an official's timeout to respot the ball. They will. So clock stopped at 9:56. Now it'll run. 2nd and 1, ball on the 19. Opening drive here for Chatard. Here's the snap, roll out. Harrington fires a screen. It is caught at the 19, and he's going to be tackled short of the 1st down. So great job there on the defensive pressure. Deshaun Davis, playing both sides, gets the tackle short of the 1st down marker, and a 3rd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, what a great read by Davis, but also even a better close, keeping him short, making it 3rd and 2 here.
So mark it for a loss of 1. Quick handoff again. It's Shaw, enough for the 1st down, past the 15. Mark him down at the 14. So a 1st and 10 from the 14 coming up for Chatard.
This is the other thing, Tony, that the ground game will give. It's also better for your line. Line are always going to want to run block more than pass block. But the second thing is the run just beats up the defense. Yeah. And when your opponent has the roster is much leaner, it really can take a toll on the fatigue side.
Yeah, a lot of two-way players here for the Blue Devils. Here is the handoff again. Shaw cuts back, and he stopped short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at the 11. So 2nd down and 7 coming up. 8:35 to play first quarter.
Number 2, Davis.
Davis with the tackle there. Deion Davis has 3 tackles so far here on this opening drive on the defensive side of the football for Shortridge.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
2nd and 7. Harrington out of shotgun. Shaw in the backfield with him. Fakes it. Pass. Left side. Caught. Touchdown. In the air for the touchdown is Colin Guy. Went up and got it. Finds the end zone, and it's 6-0 quickly in favor of Chatard.
Yeah, what a great route there. Kind of had good leverage. Hit him to the inside on the slant. And really kind of high-pointed that ball. Went up and got it. But unless come out on the opening drive and get 6 here for the Trojans.
So on the opening drive, they go 60 yards for the touchdown in less than 4 minutes. And just like that, 6-0 your score. And we have another flag on the play, and it looks like it'll be offsides on the defense.
So I must say, too, looking down there on the field, and as you all are there in your front room or on your mobile devices, is that almost looks like a inter-squad blue-white game.
Yes. So a lineup for the extra point. Albright to hold. It's a breezy night here.
Cool, crisp fall evening.
Snap down, kick is up, and right through the uprights it goes, just like that. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. The Trojans of Bishop Chatard strike first. It's 7-0. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
A 60-play opening drive ends in an 11-yard touchdown strike to Colin Guy. The home Bishop Chatard Trojans strike first right here on IndianaSRN to take the lead 7-0. Tony Donahue with you alongside Craig Cox. Craig, what did you like on that first drive for Chatard?
Well, I mean, they're staying to the core of who they are, and that is, again, we talked about just how they're a ground and pound team, and they'll hit you with the run. It's exactly what they did throughout. Only threw 3 passes on the opening drive. So I think it's kind of probably going right according to the script.
So Chatard will kick it off. Breezy evening here. Good boot here for the end zone touchback. And Shortridge will take over from the 20 yard line. Craig, important here too. We talked about a lot of two-way players for Shortridge. Important for this offense to go on a lengthy drive to give those players that are maybe resting on the sideline on defense a little bit of a rest.
No, without question. We mentioned in the opening segment they got quite a few of them that are already banged up that didn't play last week. And they're probably approaching this one as tonight to where hopefully they might be able to get away with maybe resting a few. But at the end of the day, still got to continue to play. And this is a program, too, that's been next man up for years, and they showed that last week.
They come from the tee. Edmondson takes the snap, Looks, he's going to run it to the right side. He's got some room. He's held, brought back, and sacked just short of the line of scrimmage. And the opening play on the offensive drive for Shortridge ends in a sack. Edmondson, over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, 360 of those on the ground. He's got 5 touchdowns, 855 yards through the air, 11 touchdowns through the air with 8 interceptions against Shortridge. Winners the first 2 weeks of the season, then lost 3 in a row, one against Crystal House Academy 2 weeks ago, lost last week to Addicts. They are 3-4 on the season. Here's a delayed handoff, past the line of scrimmage, pickup of about 5 there. It'll set up a 3rd down and manageable.
Well, and again, as we mentioned, this is a team in Shortridge that will hit you with a large dose of the running back by committee. Obviously, it starts a lot with their quarterback as well, who's leading them in rushing, James Edmondson. And then we have 3 other backs in Campbell, Williams, and Moore, Graham, who also have over 300 for the year.
Yeah, it was Williams there on the 7-yard pickup to get a little bit of that sack back and make it a 3rd and manageable 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line.
Well, and he's a load too, 5'10", 225.
3-man backfield. Edmondson takes it, hands it right off, cuts back to the left side. Maybe short of the 1st down marker on the carry was Ronald Graham, and it'll set up a 4th down and 2. This will force Shortridge to punt on the 3-and-out.
That's another dangerous. Last week against Andrean, they were kicking away from Guy quite a bit. So he had about 5 or 6 that they punted, only got a chance to return one of them. See what happens here on the first one here tonight.
So Guy lined up at about the 48-yard line to receive the punt. Punt is almost blocked. It's a low spiraling kick fielded at the 41-yard line. Tries to get to the right side. Gets a block. Gets across the 50, and he's hit out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And a late hit there. Unnecessary roughness is going to be the call. I don't know. It was close. I think he tried to let up. Didn't really realize how close to the sideline he was. Maybe didn't hear the whistle. Nonetheless, it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be great field position again here for Chatard.
I think it was more what he did after the contact. I think the contact was in play, but then he kept going. But in those type of moments, it is really tough just to kind of stop your action.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, this is going to take this ball for the Trojans inside the 30. Should be about the 29 or 28 maybe.
Yeah, tough to do when you know that you have a returner that's quick, dynamic, and doesn't want to go out of bounds, could easily spin or cut back. There he goes out of bounds. The flag on the play, but I don't think it was anything more than that. And Chatard, as you mentioned, will take over inside the 30, halfway through the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball in the 29, leading by 7. Shotgun snap, quick throw, caught about the 25-yard line, and a late flag comes in from across the field. We'll see what the penalty call is here.
It might be hard to tell on the feed, but the wind is really whipping out there on the field. You can really see the officials' pants blowing quite heavily. Again, mentioned before, it's nice, cool, crisp fall evening, and been real fortunate each week to have some really great weather, and even through this week, as Tony mentioned earlier in the opening set, cooled down quite a bit, but still a great night for football, and the skies are even clearing now as well.
Yeah, and with that, we saw it on the kickoff, they had to have somebody hold the ball on the tee.
That's right.
So a holding penalty downfield brings Chatard back to the 44-yard line. So the first penalty charge to the Chatard Trojans.
Handoff to number 29 goes to Bridenstine.
Delayed handoff. Bridenstine takes it down to about the 39-yard line, so they get some of that back.
About half of it.
So about a 2nd and 16 coming up here. We thank you for watching high school football right here on IndianaSRN, Chatard and Shortridge. Roll out to the right. Pass over the mitts of Colin Guy. Incomplete, so a 3rd and 17 from the 36-yard line with 5:09 to go here in the first quarter. We want to thank Officially Human. Thanks to our officials for today's game. Their hard work and their dedication we thank you for. Without them, we do not play. Please, if you have nothing nice to say, do not say it at all. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. Ben and I got a dose of that last week. So 3rd and 17 here. Craig, you think 4-down territory?
I do, if they can get any positive yards here, but obviously lost a little bit, so I would look for them to more than likely punt this and think about field position. But, they're probably not far from the 4-down territory, and don't see any movement on the sideline, so it looks like they may go for this.
So the screen pass goes for about a loss of 2. Great job there by Shortridge's defense. We shall see. Shortridge is going to send Kamari Moore back deep.
3rd and long for the Trojans.
We'll see what they try to do. They have a man wide open, one-on-one coverage. They'll bring him back in. So Kamari Moore will come back in. Out of gun. 4 to 25. They go deep. Got a man. Got some space. He holds it in. Touchdown. Chatard. Colin Guy, his second of the night, hauls in a 44-yard touchdown strike.
And not just that, but also one-handed, Tony. What a great job. Almost like got to stick him on the replay. Hopefully you can see this here, but just sticks the one mid out there.
One-handed.
What a great job there by the young man.
Send it to Anthony Calhoun at Wish TV, because that'll be on the highlight package tonight on Channel 8.
Yeah, what a fantastic play, and certainly to do that 3rd and 25 as well.
Extra point is up, and it is good, just like that. 4:24 to go. 14-0 Chatard. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Just like that, Chatard on a 4th down and long completes a 44-yard touchdown strike. Colin Guy on the receiving end of Jack Harrington's pass. It is 14-0 in favor of Chatard. 4:24 left here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Craig Cox with you. Dial up the old Hail Mary there on 4th down. Works for them. They get their second touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and one where you're kind of in that zone where do you punt, do you not? Do you think field position, and but being 4th and 25 and then going for all of it, whether you're completing it, hoping maybe for a pass interference. Great job of Harrington. We saw that so much last week where he put the ball to where only his receivers could get it and out of reach of the defense. That was another time you thought it was maybe even a little out of reach of Guy there as well, but some great mitts and hands there to reel that in.
Yeah, and impressive that they don't have a lot of reps together. This is a sophomore backup quarterback that's filling in tonight. Here's the pitch right side on the option. Lowering the shoulder to get back to the line of scrimmage is Ronald Graham. Give him a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up on the Blue Devils' second drive of the night. The first went 3 and out.
Well, we talked about that last week with Aiden Ortega being out. Ortega was one that really waited his time and to become that, got hurt, and then here's Harrington coming in. The message you have to give to your young quarterbacks is, hey, you don't have to go out there and win the game. Just don't do the necessary things not to lose it.
So 2nd and 9, ball on the 21. Screen pass caught at the 20 to the 25-yard line. Give them a gain of 4. 3rd down and 5 coming up. On the reception, Kurt Moore, the tight end. 3rd down and 5.
Kurt Moore. Brought down by number 23, Jack Wainwright, number 3, Zach Garner. The assistant, number 1, Colin Guy.
So 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. 3:12 to go. First quarter. Shortridge under pressure, tries to squeak out of it, and down he goes. It'll be a sack on 3rd down.
Number 10, Sam Feeney.
And Sam Feeney, the tight end linebacker, records the sack. And it'll be a 4th down and 8. Shortridge will be forced to punt it again.
Loss of 3 on that play.
And playing with a very short field, getting 3 and out. Very likely here to have ball possession here in the Blue Devil territory. Guy back deep once again.
And it's blocked and caught and picked up. Shortridge will land on it at the 10-yard line. And Chatard will take over inside of their 10-yard line after the block punt.
Knocking on the door once again with even a shorter field.
The only person disappointed by that would be Colin Guy. He wanted to get a chance to return it from the 50 again.
He's wanting a 3rd one.
So 2:24 to go. Chatard takes over.
Not too often you might be throwing hats on the field for the hat trick in the first quarter, right?
Well, he's got a chance here. We're lined up to the left side. Harrington, man in motion. Handoff, left side, tries to cut back, gets across the line of scrimmage. Digs forward for a pick of about 4. Semler picks up 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6. Two minutes to go, first quarter, here on IndianaSRN. Harrington out of the gun, 3 wide receivers set, and 1 man in the backfield. That's Semler. Semler takes the handoff up the middle, and he picks up maybe 1. So it'll be a 3rd down and 2 inside of the 5-yard line.
Yeah, great job there on the defensive front, really plugging the hole to keep him to very minimal gain.
It's not quite a goal-to-go situation. The first down marker is about 2 yards shy of the end zone. Chatard will take their time here. Shaw in the backfield. 3 wide set. Handoff stopped and pushed back short of the first down. 4th and 1 coming up here.
Brought down by number 12, Deshaun Davis.
And Sam Feeney, the tight end at 6'2", 205 will check in. Under a minute to go here, first quarter.
You know, and Chatard's a team, and they're typical of this. They have their fair amount of guys that got good size, but a lot of them are just really mid-sized players in their respective positions that just hard-nosed, a lot of grit. You know, coming up through the parochial system, played with each other since they were 5 and 6 years old. Hard players.
4th and 1, handoff, untouched, end zone, touchdown, Daniel Shaw. So Shaw runs it in from 3 yards out, set up by the block punt. And it's 20-0 with 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. So the blocked punt sets you up inside of the 10-yard line. They punch it in on 4th down for the touchdown. Field goal, extra point is up and good. 31 seconds to go, first quarter. All Chatard so far. The Trojans lead 21-0. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
That scoring drive brought to you by our friends at Aspen Creek Grill. On the ensuing kickoff, it is bounced around, picked up, and they're going to call it a touchback. And that's what it'll be. So Shortridge will take over. That Aspen Creek Grill touchdown drive goes 10 yards on 4 plays after the block punt. Shaw punts it in, pushes it in from 20 to make it 21-0. Tony Donahue, Craig Cox with you. Craig, when you set yourself up inside the 10, always good to punch it in.
Well, no, I mean, and it was such a short field at that. I mean, as you mentioned, Kyle Guy was wanting to return that, but with the block punt, just gave them a great starting area. And again, the ground game's been working so great, and a lot of that is attributed to the guys up front and that O-line really creating a lot of great holes for Shaw and Brian Seed to run in.
What do you do if you're Shortridge here? You've had 2 straight 2-and-outs. What's not working? What needs to change?
Well, I think a lot of it is, I mean, the run is such a big piece to that. But they've also shown the ability with not only Guy, but their tight ends as well, that they've worked so well last week and once here tonight. It's called back on the penalty, so they can hit you both ways. So you can't really be in a position where you can stack the box either, because they're a team that is big on the run but can still hurt you from the outside. And I'm telling you, Harrington is a great – I mean, this coaching staff, with Coach Doyle and the rest of the guys, just have to feel great. As much as you want your starter in there, how valuable are these reps for him if they have to continue to roll with him or if he's needed again?
We will talk more about that on the other side. We've reached the end of the first quarter. All Chatard Trojans, they lead 21-0. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
We're back here on IndianaSRN as we get ready to start the second quarter. All Chatard in the first quarter. They lead 21-0 here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue alongside Craig Cox with you. Craig, let's look at some scores from around central Indiana.
Yeah, so obviously every week IHSAA bring you over 150 games throughout the state. Obviously some that we'll keep you on updated through tonight. Westfield over Fishers 7-0. Cathedral over Roncalli with the exact same score. Cecine over Ritter 14-0. Warren, surprisingly enough, up on Carmel 7-0. Same score in the Zionsville-Avon game with the Eagles up on the Orioles. And then Brownsburg up by 1 over Noblesville. 7-6.
2nd and 10 here to start the second quarter. Here's a pitch left side and flags, and the whistle will come in.
There's a flag on the play.
Looks like from here, more than likely, a false start. We'll see what they do make the call. So Chatard up 21-0. It's an 11-yard touchdown strike to Colin Guy to get things started. Then a 44-yard fourth down touchdown pass to Guy, his second of the night, and then Shaw punched it in from 3 yards out to make it 21-0 after Chatard special teams blocked the punt of Shortridge.
We talked, Tony, earlier about how this is a program to just reload. I mean, let's not forget that not only they won the state championship last year, but ended up losing almost half of their starters from the offensive and defensive side, and really heavy on the offensive side with 4 guys going to play at the next level.
So 2nd and 10. Here's the delayed draw. Gets past the 25-yard line. Is tackled hard from behind, just short of the first down marker. So a 3rd down and 1 here for Shortridge.
Well, and this is one where Edmondson is one we talked about, how much he can hurt you as a dual-threat quarterback with his feet, not just his arm. And showed you that there. It just came up just short. Couldn't quite make out the Chatard player, but certainly went in for the hard hit there in terms of trying to strip him, but wasn't successful. Brings up 3rd and very short.
So 3rd and short here for Shortridge, who hasn't converted a 3rd down or a 1st down so far tonight. Delayed draw, tripped up in the backfield, and great pursuit there on the defensive side of the football by Eddie Benson. And 4th and 2 coming up here. Shortridge more than likely going to punt it away.
Well, yeah, when you're down like this and you're where you're at on the field, certainly got to play field position. Really surprised a little bit with that they didn't just immediately try to get Edmondson out of the pocket to see if he could make something happen with either his feet or his arm there. But nonetheless, get tackled for a loss, and none other than Kyle Guy back once again for another return.
So Guy ready for it at the 45-yard line. He's got 2 touchdowns on the night. Here's the punt in the air. It's a good one. It's got some hang time. Fair caught at the 48-yard line, and Chatard will take over with their first possession of the 2nd quarter with a 21-0 lead. What can Shortridge's defense do to slow this offensive attack down?
Well, I think a lot of it is trying to put Harrington in positions to make quicker decisions, especially when he's passing. He hadn't shown too much of they'll boot him out a little bit, but if they can get some type of penetration. But Chatard's O-line's just really, really solid with 4 returning guys coming back from last year.
Roll out to the right. Quick pass caught at the 50, enough for the 1st down, a pickup of 12. And it's Harrison Forrestal with the completion.
Goes out of bounds, but not before getting a Bishop Chatard.
We talked about this before the end of the quarter there, the importance of next man up. Unfortunately, some players go down. That happens in every football program across America. But beneficial to get some of these sophomores some valuable playing time, knowing, as you talked about, Chatard just keeps reloading, and they're perennial state championship caliber teams every year. Orsel picks this one up on the completion, and he'll be drugged down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's so true with what you brought up there, Tony. And here's the thing, too, is you always got to expect the unexpected. You always got to prepare, and you do that as coaches. A lot of times as players, you feel like, hey, my time's not coming, and then here you are. And so you have to study each week, especially if you're a 2nd, 3rd string guy, to understand that especially as you get more deep into the season, injuries are going to happen, and you got to study your film each week as if you're playing. You got to prep as if you're a starter.
1st and 10 from the 13, roll out. Harrington fires, caught at the 5, cuts back, tries to get in. It'll be stopped just short, but it's Waybright with his 2nd completion of the night. It'll be 2nd down. They're going to mark it a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
And the other thing that it shows you as well with that, Tony, is that the depth that this team has, and a lot of times it's guys that the families know who they are, but a lot of times you get these kids in here and you just see the depth that they have. That these young men are still making quality plays at a 2nd or 3rd on the depth chart.
So 1st down. And into the end zone, touchdown. And Breitenstein with his first touchdown of the night, his 5th in the last 2 weeks, and it's 27-0 in favor of Chatard. So the extra point, we'll call a flag on it as it goes through the uprights and in. And I believe it'll be offsides, which will be declined. And the extra point will be good. 9:45 to go, 1st half. Chatard, another touchdown. They lead 28-0. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
9:45 to go, first half here on IndianaSRN. All Bishop Chatard. They lead 28-0. This time around, it was the 1-yard touchdown run for Breitenstein, and it is 28-0 here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Craig Cox with you. Craig, it's been a lot of ground and pound and find the end zone.
No, it has, and I mean, this is one, obviously, if you're Coach McCray and his staff, and you want to try to find any way possible to kind of stop the bleeding. And, it's a tough piece, especially when you have the O-line up in the trenches just controlling the front and all the holes, and got a good running game, and you're not having to rely on as much as the passing. But Harrington and his receivers have been able to show that they can hit things on the outside too. So it's a tough thing to counter.
The up back fields it at the 18-yard line here on the ensuing kickoff, and he's galloped and thrown to the ground at the 20-yard line. So that's where Shortridge will take over, trailing 28-0. Here, 9:39 to go, first half.
The other thing that you talk about from a coaching perspective is you got to continue to keep your kids encouraged and lifting up, and let them know that it's bigger than the moment that you're in. Obviously situations like this can become a little bit demoralizing for the student athlete, but you got to keep them, lift them up, play for the next play, understand that there's something bigger that you're playing for. We got to remind our listeners, this is a program, 4 and 5 years ago that didn't have any wins in back-to-back consecutive years, and then they won 3 games, then they won 4 games, and so it's steadily improving, and sometimes it takes a little bit to build culture and to build the program and the feeders as well.
Yeah, and shout out to Coach McCray, who's done that at Shortridge, done a great job of bringing a good culture to this football program for the Blue Devils, a great school located just north of downtown Indianapolis, and bringing that level of toughness. We've seen great sportsmanship tonight on both sides for both teams, and Shortridge here finding a way to get possibly down the field and cut this down to just a 3-touchdown deficit. I think we're going to re-kick here.
Yeah, I didn't see what the penalty was, but clearly it was on Chatard. Well, maybe not, though. It's still at the 30. Yeah, no, they are moving.
We'll kick it off here from the 35-yard line. You don't often see re-kicks.
Hey, but if you're Shortridge, if it doesn't work the first time, let's try a second, right?
So get downfield, find the gap here, and see what happens. We'll move it back 5 yards. Low kick, bounces at the 35, picked up on the scoop at the 20. So they'll gain some yards regardless here. From the 30 to the 40, runs into his own man, cuts back, stays on his feet, still on his feet, fighting hard, and he'll be dropped at about the 36-yard line. Flag comes in late.
We're going to get something, I don't know who it was against, but obviously unnecessary roughness or personal foul when it's thrown that late after the tackle. Just obviously don't know exactly which way this is going.
So a nice return there by Shortridge.
I'm sure both teams are hoping against the other, but I'll tell you, it's some of the most positive field position that Shortridge has had. So if this goes against them, they're going to wave it off.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
so
they're going to wave it off.
Stay here at the 42.
I think just 2 kids battling hard. Had a nice gap there, had a little bit of space, ran into his own guy.
Yeah, I thought we had a little Mark Sanchez going there.
So the best field position for the Blue Devils. They'll start at their own 44-yard line, looking to move the chains for the first time tonight, trailing 28-0, 9:28 to go here in the first half on IndianaSRN. Big day of college football and soccer in the HCAC on IndianaSRN coming up tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on social media for that schedule on Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube. A lot of HCAC action going on tomorrow. Perry Meridian on the board over on our sister station here in IndianaSRN. They lead 7-0 over Decatur. First down run here, met at the line of scrimmage and pushes forward for about a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Hand off to number 24, Dwayne Williams. Hit by number 56, Ethan Evans.
So Evans with the tackle. That'll set up a 2nd down and 8 from the 46-yard line. Craig, you look to maybe mix it up here, throw it on 2nd down, see what you can get downfield?
Well, and I mean, he's one's the dual threat we've talked about numerous times. Get him out of the pocket and let him see what he can make happen.
Bad snap, picked up, collected, handed off, and a pickup of 2. So they'll mark him at the 48-yard line, a pickup of 2, so a 3rd down and 6 coming up.
They've had really unfortunate, results. Blue Devils have on the run, especially off the tackles. Hadn't had much luck, and so I think getting in a position where you have Edmondson getting out of the pocket and making his reads, and if not, tucking it and thinking about positive yards.
Ball on the 48-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
We'll go to the air across the middle. Caught! First down, Shortridge. Move the sticks into Chatard territory. And a nice little pitch and catch there. It's Kamari Moore.
And first time that they've been inside of the Trojan territory. And certainly, if I'm not mistaken, might have been the first completed pass here tonight for the Blue Devils.
So first down. Mark it on the 38-yard line. 7:47 to go. 28-0 Chatard. Shortridge on a handoff. Gets a couple yards downfield. Pickup of about 4, so a 2nd down and 6. Train moving a little bit more on the tracks here for Shortridge on this drive.
Well, and this is boost, great confidence. One, it kind of starts to get you in some sort of rhythm and pace, if you will, but it also is just building confidence when you can get a good, successful drive. Now, once you start to move the ball and do these types of things, it only becomes, more apparent when you're obviously in a position to put points on the board from it.
So 2nd and 7, certainly in 4-down territory here if you're the Blue Devils. Shotgun snap. Bounces on the floor, carpet, scoop, picked up, and Chatard has it. It'll be Chatard football on the bad snap fumble. And the best drive of the night for Shortridge goes for naught. And the Bishop Chatard Trojans will take over from their own 41-yard line.
Not sure if I jinxed them or not, talking about putting points on positive and then getting a fumble, but very unfortunate there for the Blue Devils, and what a heads-up play of not only getting the sack but also the fumble recovery there as well. Couldn't quite make out the player, but Chatard takes over near midfield at the 41. So 65 on the play was Matthew Woods. Yep.
Gets the sack and picks up the fumble recovery. 7 to go. First half, handoff, pickup of 3. And Chatard trying to use as much clock up as possible here in the quarter.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Harrington under pressure, he's sacked. So great defensive push there by Shortridge. And it's Jeremiah Brown, the senior, in the backfield immediately for the sack. That'll set up a 3rd down and long.
Well, being your Mike linebacker, that's the first time that you've seen this defense of the Blue Devils be able to get the penetration that they got there to provide that type of pressure. And we talked about that earlier, trying to put Harrington in a position where he's having to make quicker reads with the ball.
So Harrington out of shotgun, 3rd and 17, 6 minutes to go, first half. Delayed draw, handoff, passes the 45 to the 50, and he's going to be tackled at the 49-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It's super close to the sticks.
I think he's just short.
We've got one ref on this side marking it at about the 49.5, and then the cross field ref marks it at the 50. And we'll have an officials timeout here at 5:33 to go. They'll talk about it. It is super close. We've got a man down here for Chatard. That is Roman Barraza. Let's take a break. 5:33 to go. Chatard 28-0 here in IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Here on IndianaSRN. A 4th and 1 coming up here. They measured it, they looked at it. Ball marked at the 50-yard line. That's where we stand. 5:22 to go. Clock continues to run. Out of shotgun. There we go. Thank you. Handoff. Passes the 50. It's going to be close, and I think they will move the sticks enough for a first down.
Yeah, second effort right there, because first they had him for a loss, but just made enough to move those chains. Just approaching inside right at 5 minutes. And Chatard has now advanced just into the Blue Devil field of play.
First down for the Trojans.
So 1st and 10, under 5 to go. First half, fakes the handoff, quick pass to the left side, and that is caught for a pickup of about 6 on first down. Going to the air on first down there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, we talked about it a few times where they're just going to ground and pound. I mean, continuously, and then just hit you with a pass here or there about every 6-8 plays, and just wear you down, catch you off guard. They've only tested really down the field once, and that was to the touchdown strike to Guy.
Delayed draw handoff here, picked up off to the races to the 30, cuts back to the 25, and he goes out of bounds. Joe Bridenstine on the big run. Mark him down right at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Chatard.
Yeah, great job here, bouncing to the outside. Had a great hole.
That's good enough for another
Good patient running. Doesn't get touched till about 15 yards downfield. They'll mark him out at about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up, 4:16 to play, first half. Similar in the backfield. And we had some movement up front. And it's going to be a false start on Chatard. So really the only thing that's gone south tonight for Chatard is a couple penalties. So 4:16 to play. Harrington out of shotgun, man in motion. Similar gets the handoff. Stiff arms forward to the 30. Stays on his feet, and he's going to be drug out of bounds to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Well, and we're hitting you with so much in the A gap and off these tackles, a lot through the first quarter and a half, and then here on the last probably 2 possessions, they've really been hitting more towards the edge and really getting more of the stretch plays.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
Right side here picks up the first down. And with 4 minutes to go, inside the 20, Chatard will have a first down.
Oh, spotted at the 15. So even without a score, can still get another first down.
And Shortridge will get the football to start the second half. 3:45 to go. Handoff similar.
Handoff to number
Room in
0.
front of him, and he's picked up almost enough for a first down. We'll see where they mark him. Needed to get to the 5. I think they're going to mark him just shy here. That indeed will be the case.
2nd and 1 for the Trojans.
So a 2nd and 1 coming up here. There we go. Here on IndianaSRN. We'll take a look at some other scores around the state of Indiana coming up at halftime. We'll break down the first half as well. Similar again, handoff. Keeps the legs churning, enough for the first down, but marked just shy of the goal line. So a 1st and goal coming up from the 1 here, under 3 minutes to go.
I got an injured, looks like a player from Shortridge down. Trainer coming out, take a look at him.
So we'll take a break with them. 1st and goal coming up for Chatard with 3:04 to go in the first half. They lead 28-0 right here on IndianaSRN.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We're back here from Bishop Chatard High School. Tony Donahue, Craig Cox with you on IndianaSRN. Under 3 minutes to play. It's a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for Chatard. Here comes the shotgun snap. Handoff into the end zone. Touchdown, Scott Semler. And it's 34-0 with 2:49 remaining here in the first half. So Colin Guy got it started with 2 touchdown passes to make it 14-0 in the first quarter. The block punt led to a Shaw rushing touchdown. It was 21-0 after 1. Then Bridenstine with the touchdown from 1-yard run out on the last possession. And then here it's Semler getting in on the action. Extra point up and good. And just like that, with 2:49 to play here in the first half, it's all Chatard 35-0. We'll be back right after this on IndianaSRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Another drive ends in 7 for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Here on senior night, they lead 35-0. You're watching high school football right here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue, Craig Cox with you. Here's a squibber of a kick, bounces high, fielded at the 25-yard line by Deshaun Davis. He tries to cut up field, picks up about 4 more yards, and Shortridge with 2:43 to go will have 65 yards to find the end zone. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll look around some other scores in the state of Indiana. We'll look back at the first half of this contest, talk about what we expect is coming up in the second half. 2:43 to go, 35-0. Shortridge a little bit there, Craig, on the last drive. Found some momentum, gained some yards. Just unfortunately, the bad snap led to a fumble.
No, it is. I mean, not only got it in their territory, was marching even inside the 40. Kind of had a botched snap, lost the ball due to some pressure up front from the Trojans, and they recovered to take it in for the score.
Shotgun snap, quarterback keeper Edmondson flips it forward unexpectedly, and I think they're going to call it an incomplete pass. So he kind of just flicked it forward when there was pressure, and it bounces off the turf harmlessly, incomplete. So we'll start the second half with a running clock if this continues. 35-0. The incomplete pass sets up a 2nd down and 10 ball on the 33-yard line. Handoff here, passes the line of scrimmage, picks up about 4. So Dwayne Williams on the 2nd down run picks up 4, set up a 3rd down and manageable here. 2:25 to go first half.
Brought down by number 15, Cade Rickard.
With a 1st down marker at the 43-yard line.
3rd down and 7.
So 3rd and 7. Shortridge, 3 wide set, 3 in the backfield. Edmondson takes the snap, looks to throw under pressure, spins out of it, still looking, and he's just going to run out of bounds wisely there.
Yeah, really great move in the pocket, really felt it collapsing, read that, spun out of that, and then as you indicated, just wisely got out of bounds to avoid taking another hit.
So Chatard will have another possession here to end the first half. You're going to have about 1:45 to work with, Craig. What are you drawing up?
Well, again, I said it last series too. The last couple of series is just I think I continue to look at, if I'm Coach McRae, is getting my quarterback out of the pocket and using that dual threat. I mean, defensively, the Trojans have really gotten great push up front, and they got a botch situation here and got a fumble as well. So Chatard recovers.
Another fumble, this time coming on the punt. They had one blocked. This one is picked up by Chatard, and they will have it 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Let's take a look at that replay. Just a short snap, and then blocked again. Really didn't even have a chance to get that thing off.
Yeah, there wasn't much the punter could do for that in trying to do his best in getting it off, but it was about 5 yards short on the snap, kind of rolled to him. Obviously continues to rain upon the Blue Devils in an unfortunate way, and obviously if you're on the Trojan side, you know, you're doing what you need to. You're getting your defense off the field. After 3, your special teams have been doing well, and your offense, to say the least, has been doing what they're supposed to with another score here.
Harrington with the handoff finds Semler. He gets down to the 1-yard line, and the extra effort gets him in for the touchdown. And just like that, they strike immediately. It's 41-0 in favor of Chatard. So Semler's 2nd touchdown of the night. And it is 41-0 with the extra point pending.
All right, holding.
And the extra point is true. 1:36 to go, first half. all Chatard. 42-0. You're watching high school football on Indiana SRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
From them.
We're back here from Bishop Chatard High School on senior night. And it is all Chatard at the minute 36 to go. 42-0 the Trojans after a similar 10-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. Here is the ensuing kickoff. It'll bounce and be scooped up at the 15-yard line, looking to get something here on the return. And they'll get it out to about the 28-yard line. So a minute 30 to go here. How do you play this? You know you're getting the football to start the second half if you're Shortridge. They're down 42-0. Haven't had too much success moving the field. A couple runs here. Are you going to try to get something going with your passing game?
Well, I think a lot of it is you got to get better protection up front. The Blue Devils need to, and that's why I think it's so critical to get Edmondson out of the pocket. And if he can't get anything through his progressional reads, to be able to tuck it and just think any positive yards on the edge.
So first down, 42-0. Shortridge out of the gun, handoff, backfield, and is met immediately and pushed back. The Markham forward progress, a gain of about 2 yards here. 2nd and 8 coming up for Shortridge, a minute 22 to go.
Well, that's been the story of the night defensively. I mean, Chatard's continued to be able to get off the field 3 and outs, and they're in a position, too, where they're just getting an unbelievable push up front and domination. That's why I think the athleticism that some of these guys have is to be able to get to the edge and even hit some of the dink and dunks, the little 5-7 yard plays.
So Shortridge, no hurry here. 15 seconds on the play clock, a minute 15 to go, first half. Ball on the 30-yard line for 2nd and 7. Edmondson takes a snap, immediately hands it off. Dwayne Williams, who gets back to the line of scrimmage no more. It'll be a 3rd and long with 52 seconds to go in the first half.
Hand off to 24, Williams. Brought down by number 44, Michael McGinley.
Not sure why the game clock stopped there on the run, but it stopped for about a good 10-12 seconds. But nonetheless, 15 on the game, or excuse me, play clock, and 30 on the game clock.
So Shortridge in no hurry here. 3rd down and 7.
I think they'll just play it conservative here and get to the locker room.
Yep. So we're going to have the play clock is expired. I think they'll reset it. They will. And with 13 seconds to play, they'll wind her up.
And with the reset, they don't even have to snap it.
Yeah. And I think that was kind of what the see what they do here with 4 seconds. They don't look to be in any kind of hurry, and that's how the half will end. So Shortridge will take it to the half. They'll receive the second half kickoff, but it's been all Chatard, 42-0. Craig, what has impressed you the most here in this first half from the Trojans?
Well, again, doing, week in and week out, a sign of a good team is staying with what they do well.
Yeah.
The game plan was to run the ball. They've had great success, so why do you need to go from that? The guys up front have done an incredible job. The O-line never gets the credit that they deserve, and certainly the Trojans have done a great job here tonight, and they've produced. And then the other thing is defense, is like I said, has gotten off the field, and then special teams has helped along with it.
We will have a halftime show coming up for you. It is senior night here in Chatard, so a little bit of an extracurricular halftime show. We'll break down some stats, We'll look ahead to the second half and give you some scores from around the state of Indiana. You're watching high school football right here on IndianaSRN.
Next up, number 8, Henry Board, accompanied by his parents, Brent and Mandy Board. Number 9, Brian Salas, accompanied by his parents, Juan Salas and Levi Guadarrama. Next up, number 10, Sam Feeney, accompanied by his parents, Danny and Jennifer Feeney. Number 11, Ty Armstrong, accompanied by his parents, Bobby and Dee Armstrong. Number 13, Luke Perica, accompanied by his parents, Vince and Karen Perica. And number 16, Ryan Keating, accompanied by his parents, Keith, Kieran, and Melissa Keating. Number 17, Daniel Albright, accompanied by his parents, Rob and Maggie Albright. And number 23, Jack Waybright, accompanied by his parents, Nick and Gina Waybright. Number 29, Joe Bridenstine, accompanied by his parents, Mark and Amy Bridenstine. Number 32, Mac McCarthy, accompanied by his mother, Stacy McCarthy. Number 40, Charlie Gillum, accompanied by his parents, Josh and Crystal Gillum. Number 50, Cameron Winston, accompanied by his mother, Sarah Dicey, and father, Austin Winston. Number 52, Will Calvert, accompanied by his parents, Chris and Kathy Calvert. Next up, number 56, Ethan Evans, escorted by his parents, Katie Sullivan and John Evans. Next up, number 61, Jackson Schroeder, accompanied by his parents, Andy and Allie Schroeder. Number 62, Charlie Wright, accompanied by his parents, John and Jennifer Wright. Number 64, Tanner DeFavas is not with us as he is racing in the Formula 4 USA Championship tonight. His parents are John and Stacy DeFavas. Next up, number 65, Matthew Wood. His parents, Kelly Tromazak and Marcus Wood. Next up, number 68, Jasper Chapman, with his parents, Whitney and Travis Chapman. Number 69, Will Shea, accompanied by his parents, Scott and Annan Shea. Number 70, Jack Ross, accompanied by his parents, Greg and Tracy Ross. Number 76, Harrison Campbell, escorted by his parents, Aaron and Amy Campbell. Number 93, Milo Lozano, accompanied by his parents, Claudia Martinez and Ivan Lozano. Last but not least, number 99, Frank Meyer, accompanied by his parents, Pete and Lori Meyer. Those are the senior football players. Now we move on to the senior cheerleaders. First up, we have Olivia Ardiega, accompanied by her parents, Raul and Erica Ardiega. Next is Jenna Gehring, accompanied by her parents, Jolynn and John Gehring. Next, Maria DeRay, accompanied by her parents, Mark and Clara DeRay. Next up, Kendall Gutzweiler, accompanied by her parents, Tom and Kim Gutzweiler. Next, we have Macy Zahner, accompanied by her parents, John and Lori Zahner. And now we have our Trojan mascot, Alex Fowler, accompanied by Molly Flower, his mother. And now the managers. First we have Naya Crow, escorted by her mother Regina Cole and brother St. John Jefferson, class of 2017 and member of the 2015 state championship football team. Next we have Jalen Phelps, accompanied by his grandparents, Charles and Denise Harbinu. Next up, Sarah Rightly, escorted by her parents, Mark and Melissa Rightly. Next we have Patience Morrow, escorted by her parents, Adriana and Courtney Morrow. Next up, Tinsley Petke, escorted by her parents, Tabitha Cohen and Tim Petke. Last we have manager Avery Trom, escorted by her parents, Jennifer Trom and Mike John. Give them all another round of applause. Thank you, seniors. And now we want to welcome our senior cheerleaders who are going to perform their senior dance number. We'll wait until everyone exits the field before we do the senior number.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
We welcome you back on senior night here. IndianaSRN's coverage as the Bishop Chatard Trojans lead 42-0 over Shortridge here on a crisp, cool evening alongside Ben Wood, Justin Griffiths, and Craig Cox. I'm Tony Donahue. Craig, you look back at that first half, and Chatard continued to move those sticks and got it done with what they do the best, and that's rushing the football.
It is. I mean, it was all by script, and I think everything, at least from the Chatard perspective, went exactly how you might anticipate it to go. I think the biggest thing is for Shortridge is just trying to do your best to contain and try to minimize the big plays. And for the most part, they did that. It was just over the course of the drives, trying to sustain the run, and this offensive line has just been too much for them to handle, at least through the first half.
Before we get to this second half, let's look at some scores around the state of Indiana here on IndianaSRN as the balloon gets loose.
Yeah, in the air, there it goes,
in the
up,
squad
up, up.
there. So, Craig, if you got some scores for us, we'll look around here the state of Indiana high school football-wise. We know here 42-0. I believe Brownsburg up 21-13. What else you got?
Yeah, so it's we haven't got an update on a matchup between North Central and Pike. That's the only one we don't have. But Fisher's down by 6 to Westfield, 13-7. Cathedral rolling against Roncalli and the Royals, 28-0. HSE up 6-0 over the Flashes of Franklin Central. One little closer than what we might anticipate. Lutheran 14-3 over Speedway, the number 1A team, putting it to the 2A Speedway. Real close one. LN up just scored. They're up 19-15 over Center Grove. That's in the third quarter already. Cecina 27-7 over Ritter. Perry Meridian 7-0 over Decatur Central. Ben Davis and the Bears of Lawrence Central locked at 7 to start the third. Avon up by 3, 10-7 over Zionsville. Plainfield only up by 1 on Whiteland, 8-7. Got another game locked at 7, a little bit of a defensive battle with Carmel and Warren. And then Brownsburg just scored a few minutes ago to where they're up 21-13 over Noblesville. Certainly also want to give a shout-out to all the student athletes of IHSAA cross-country boys and girls state championships tomorrow. And then the volleyball sectional play kicks off next week. So certainly want to give all those programs, student athletes and coaches, the best of luck as they pursue their state title hopes.
Yeah, plenty of that action coming up here on IndianaSRN, from volleyball to football, basketball right around the corner. We've got some college contest here on our airwaves tomorrow on IndianaSRN as well. Some quick first half stats. Chatard through the air. Jack Harrington is 10 of 12 for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. The rushing attack has been the key here tonight for the Chatard Trojans. 117 rushing yards on 21 team carries and 4 touchdowns. Colin Guy, the first 2 touchdown passes of the night, 1 for 11 yards and 1 on the 4th down, goes for 44 yards to the end zone. That made it 14-0. A block punt then set up a Shaw 3-yard touchdown run to make it 21-0. In the second quarter, it was Bridenstine from 1 yard out for a touchdown. Semler matched that with a 1-yard touchdown run. Then a second block punt of the night led to Semler's second touchdown of the night from 10 yards out to make it 42-0. Shortridge 2 of 3 through the air for 17 yards. Chatard has 11 first downs. The Blue Devils of Shortridge with 1 first down so far this evening. We will have a running clock in this second half, as we have reached the 35-point threshold. Message at halftime: don't look at the scoreboard, reset, let's work on some things. What are you telling your team?
Well, I think obviously if you're Chatard, we continue to do what we do. In the second half, I'm anticipating to see a lot of the backups, second, third string guys get a lot of reps that otherwise wouldn't get, and that's great for them for the end of the season and running into postseason. So you just continue to do what you do there. I think obviously if you're on the Chatard side, we talked about this early in the second quarter, if you're Coach McCray and his staff, is just keeping the kids lifted up, encouraged, understand that they're playing for something bigger than just the moment that they're in and the possession that they're in. So continue to stay the course and stay with the pillars and what you do for your program, and understanding that they're playing. Interesting enough, we don't have this confirmed at least, but on their schedule, this appears as their last game. So I don't know. Yeah. Still got one game left in the regular season. So I'm not sure if that's a game that they're making up and just didn't make the schedule, or if they will end up having an off week before sectional play.
The 2023 IHSAA pairing show comes up on Sunday afternoon with Bob Lovell and Paul Condry. A lot of these teams will see where they are playing in that opening week of sectional play. And then don't forget our show coming up on Monday right here on the airwaves of IndianaSRN. We'll break down the bracket, give you our takes from 1A all the way up to Class 6A football as the weather fuels it tonight. Finally, Craig, it is high school football weather in the state of Indiana, and we're just a few weeks away from getting this tournament kick-started.
No, it is, and certainly this is where you want to try to be firing on all cylinders. You want to try to start getting healthy with any injuries that you might be dealing with. And, there's no step down in terms of next week. You got a great, historical or rich tradition program in Cincinnati Elder that will be playing against Chatard next week. Of course, we have Shortridge is in sectional 21 on the 4A level, up one class from Chatard.
Bobbled kick here, picked up at the 2-yard line. He'll go cross field, and he is drugged down by his jersey. And Shortridge will start this drive to start the second half from their own 5-yard line in the shadows of their own end zone.
Well, and one thing you were talking through, Tony, at halftime in terms of the stats, there's nothing that really jumps off to you in terms of total yards. It was like 240 yards.
Yeah.
So you would think, well, my goodness, they got 42 points. And so you got to realize 3 of the 5 scores that they've had was such a short field.
Yeah.
2 by special teams and 1 just a turnover on down. So, I mean, it was one of the situations where they had short fields and maximized the opportunities that were given to them from this Shortridge program.
Yeah, a couple blocked punts, a fumble recovery, the 3 turnovers tonight that Chatard has forced. Start the second half, first down and 10, ball on the 5-yard line. It's a handoff to the right side, makes one man miss, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to mark him short. 2nd and 11, ball on the 4-yard line.
Well, one thing you didn't get a chance to talk about, too, off the kickoff, they had the same situation happen where the return guy felt it was going to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
And it kind of did the lob wedge shot.
Held up a little bit.
Held up, and he had to field it. And, they're starting now being down as they are from the first half and starting the first one on opening drive inside your 5. Makes it really hard here at 2nd and 11.
So 2nd and 11, ball on the 4 in the shadows of their own end zone. Edmondson out of shotgun. They look to throw, across the middle, almost picked. And it goes off of the hands of J.R. Finnegan. He was thinking pick 6 off his gloves, and it'll set up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that's one you can't get back and have some extra talks at the dinner or breakfast table on that one, right?
Yep. He was thinking end zone and just did not haul it in. The junior defensive back.
That's one, too. The whole group will be talking tomorrow morning probably in films in terms of how and, had inside the 10-yard line.
The what if of the game. So 2 players in motion here. 4 wide receivers set, 3rd and 11 for Shortridge. Edmondson takes it, rolls out of the end zone. He's chased. He'll get past the line of scrimmage, makes another man miss, still on his feet, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the first down marker. They're going to mark him at the 14. He needed the 15. So 4th and 1 coming up here.
Well, in that situation there, you're just you got to know, regardless of the ball carrier, regardless of position, you got to know where that first down marker's at. And, great effort in terms of getting there. But when you know where it's at, just kind of diving and launching your body forward to be able to get that. And here they are going for it on 4th and short.
Yeah,
14.
No harm, no foul here to go for it, down 42-0. Quarterback keeper tries to get the edge, skimmies out of it, and I think they got it. So first down there, great job on the quarterback keeper by Edmondson. Do a little shimmy shake and get enough for the first down, move the chains here. Good little drive started to start the second half for Shortridge.
Well, and that's certainly what James can give you on the edge is some athleticism. The thing is on the other side of this is, these Chatard Trojans are coached, with great fundamentals, great technique. There's not a lot that they don't do from a fundamentally standpoint of view in terms of their tackling.
So 1st and 10. A drive that started at the 5 is now at the 16. Roll out Edmondson under pressure. Throws back across his body. It's going to skip incomplete, but a good job there just to get it downfield and avoid the sack.
No, absolutely. Not losing those yards. saw a receiver in the area, just kind of throw it at his feet and not lose those 8 to 10 yards.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 16. Getting Edmondson out into some space, trying to make some guys miss, maybe to find some wide receivers downfield. It seems like what they're doing here with a little bit more of an aggressive approach here to start the second half for the Blue Devils of Shortridge.
Yeah, and also even looking at your tight ends, when you get him out of the pocket like that, a lot of times what's going to be open is the middle of the field with your tight end trailing.
Mm-hmm. So out of gun, 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, quarterback keeper the entire way, has a blocker in front of him. And he's going to be tackled down at the 20-yard line, so pick up a 4. 3rd down and 6. We'll see what Shortridge does here on the 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, and great job there on the pursuit and chasing him down. But and these are a lot of your second and even some third-string players here. None of the starters are on the field defensively for the Trojans. So some great opportunities for them if any of these players happen to be called upon in the last game or the stretch of the postseason.
So 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap, 2-step drop, fires across the middle. We're going to have a pass interference as 2 flags come in.
Yeah, and it's a good call. Certainly had him on his trail hand and on the receiver. Didn't have an opportunity to get his hands up really to try to even make a play on that ball. But
so Ronald Graham comes across the middle looking for the completion. Sloan down from behind. They'll call the pass interference. It's the 3rd penalty charge to Chatard on the evening. But again, move the sticks again. So this drive continues on for Shortridge. The Blue Devils enough for a 1st down. Sometimes doesn't matter how you get them as long as you get them.
That chain still move. Ball still stays in your possession.
From the 35.
Ball on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Edmondson out of shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. Here's a snap. Throws it deep, and it is incomplete. He was hit hard as he threw it. That enabled the pass to go a little bit wobbly and underthrown to the turf. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. But I like the play call there on 1st down. Try to move the football through the air downfield.
No, absolutely. I mean, they haven't had a lot of success tonight with this defensive front and even some of the blitzes that have been happening from the edge. And so you get some things like this to where you can try to use some of your athleticism, not so much vertically down the field, but on the little 7, 8, 9-yard plays and hoping that your athletes can turn that into something bigger.
So 2nd and 10, 4:48 to go in the 3rd. Handoff, lowers his shoulder, makes one man miss and spins out of it. Ronald Graham lays the boom and picks up 3 yards to set up a 3rd down and 7.
It's the bus.
He's brought down by number 17, Daniel Albright.
Albright makes the tackle.
And assist by number 36, Connor McClellan.
So 3rd and 7. As the Chatard faithful come to life here. 42-0 the lead. 4 to go. 3rd down 7 for Shortridge. They'll throw it deep. Got a man up for grabs and batted down incomplete. Asher Bolin with the defense to bat that ball away. It'll set up a 4th down and 7.
Well, it was one of those situations there. It was kind of a 50-50 ball. Both of them had great chances to make a play on the ball. Neither one did, and brings up 4th down. Looks like they're actually going to punt this one, interesting enough.
They will. They went for it, but Kurt Moore will line up to punt the ball. Edmondson came into tonight 47 of 100 for 855, 11 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. And Chatard will possess the football for the first time here in the second half. Here's the punt. Low skipper caught immediately by one of the gunmen, and he is going to be tackled at about the 45-yard line. So change the possession, and Chatard will take over for the first time in this half. I expect, Craig, will see more of what we see in that first half. Run, run, run.
Yeah, it is. And obviously, as you saw, second string and even some third on the defense. You're seeing that here with the offense as well. Chris Hill comes in at quarterback. He's another sophomore as Harrington leaves the game, a sophomore also. Jack did a great job here the last couple weeks, and hadn't really got a firm update on Aiden Ortega, the normal starter, whether or not he'll be back next week or if he'll continue to be out until the sectionals possibly.
So Chris Hill takes over, and he will hand it off left side, and that'll go to George Park, and he is hit immediately and pushed back. Great job there on the defensive side of the football. That is Kurt Moore with the tackle in the backfield.
24, George Park on the carry. Brought down by number 4, Tony Kniff, and number 32, Mac McCarthy. Loss of 5 on the play.
So after the loss of 5, a delayed draw handoff here. He gets it back and more. It's the quarterback keeper for Chris Hill down to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 6 coming up. So 3rd and 6. Minute 20 to go, 3rd quarter. And a game that's been controlled by Chatard. Handoff. And doesn't get enough for the first down, so a 4th and 4 coming up here for Chatard, and I believe they will send in the punt unit. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll decide to go for it.
I was going to say, I don't think we've seen Chatard punt tonight, have we?
No, Joe Sherby checks in. He 5'7", 119-pound running back, and he doesn't get the handoff. It'll be a quarterback keeper, and they will mark him just enough, it looks like, for the first down. So on the quarterback keeper, Chris Hill takes it, move the change, 30 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
Before getting a Bishop Chatard. First down.
So again, as we talked about, your quarterback's injured.
On the 34-yard line.
Sophomore steps up. Now a second sophomore getting some precious, valuable time. Joe Sherby, the 119 sophomore, takes the handoff, and he's stuffed immediately, and that's how the 3rd quarter will come to an end. After 3, Chatard 42-0. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
And we're back. Start of the 4th quarter here. Senior night for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. They lead 42-0 over Shortridge here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donnie alongside Craig Cox. We were talking about this towards the end of that 3rd quarter, just any valuable football time in a real game situation that you can get is valuable. 2nd string quarterback starts tonight. He's a sophomore. 3rd string in now as a sophomore. This is what Bishop Chatard does, and continuing to year in and year out be contenders for state championships.
Oh, it is. I mean, you can never substitute field time, court time, any type of playing time that a young man or lady can get. Just plays exponentially. I mean, for not only that student athlete, but for the team. Again, injuries take place, and you know, it's something that every team needs. They need depth, and you're called upon to do that. So we talked about in the first half, every week you got to prepare as you're the starter, next man up, and that's the mentality this program has. And you're good programs certainly have those characteristics in doing it.
So after the incompletion, it'll be 4th and 13. Chatard will go for it. Delayed draw here, gets back to the line of scrimmage, no more, and Shortridge will take over on their own 40-yard line. We'll see what they can do with the football here. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, trailing 42-0. I want to thank some of our sponsors here tonight. Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe. Great food for breakfast and lunch, delicious baked goods as well. Check out their daily specials. Open 8 to 2, Tuesday through Sunday, located on 6427 Oak Landing Road. And to our friends at the Wheeler Mission. Move your feet so others can eat. It's the 21st year of the Drumstick Dash. That's November 23rd at 9 a.m. It's a 2.5-mile walk or run through Broad Ripple, drumstickdash.org. Big thanks to Boilermaker Local 374. Learn how we can hire you. Contact us today at 219-845-1065. That's 219-845-1065. The International Brotherhood of Boilermakers, iron shipbuilders, blacksmiths, and helpers. Here's a handoff, good enough for a first down to the 50-yard line, and move the sticks here for Shortridge. Confidence level to be able to go down on this possession in the fourth quarter and get some points, maybe build something, say, hey, we did this right at the end of the game last week. Let's take it to maybe not next week because they don't have a game, but maybe the tournament here in a week or two.
No, absolutely. I think that anything you get, you continue to grind this out if you're Shortridge and continuing to try to execute and take what this second string is giving you and being in a position to try to put points on the board.
So 1st and 10 from midfield. Quarterback keeper, past the line of scrimmage, gets past the 45-yard line, and he's going to be tackled just short of the sticks. The pickup of 8 on first down. 2nd and 2 for Shortridge.
Great position with first down yardage. Anytime you can get, +4 on first down yardage is pretty positive for you, and anything north of 5 is great.
So Edmondson, the sophomore quarterback, picks up 8 on first down, so 2nd and 2. First possession, fourth quarter for the Blue Devils of Shortridge.
Chatard showing a little bit of blitz here.
Edmondson hands it off. Good enough for a first down, shakes out of it, and it is a pickup of first down for Thomas Campbell. He ran into his own guy there, but still kept those feet moving, and another first down. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 35.
And this is about their best position.
Yeah.
Field position, I think they were at the 32 or 33 there in the second quarter when they fumbled.
So we'll see if they can put points on the board here on this drive. Talon Beaver checks out of the game. Ronald Graham will check back in. 1st and 10, 8:15 to go. Three in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. Handoff. Goes right side. The big man lowers his shoulder just short of the first down. Pickup of 8 for Ronald Graham, 2nd down and 8. Doing a great job here of gaining positive yards and setting yourself up on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, and now they're playing tempo now, really going quick huddles and even certainly quick snaps.
Gain of 8 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 2.
7:40 to go, 2nd and 2 coming up. Edmondson out of shotgun. Hands it to Graham. Graham past the line of scrimmage, still moving. Passes the 30, he's off to the races. Down to the 10-yard line, and he's going to be just short and marked out of bounds at the 2, so a great run there. And for the first time tonight, Shortridge threatening to find the end zone.
Yeah, really good job not only getting to the edge, but then turning it upfield. 2 of their 3 backs are really good-sized guys. One's 225. The other one, 215. So you got some guys that is not only trying to hit the edge with some speed, but then trying to bring them down as well.
So 1st and goal from the 2. 6:50 to go. Shortridge, handoff, left side, edge. Flips forward. They're going to give it to him. It's a touchdown. It's Ronald Graham. So Graham punches it in for his 6th score of the season.
Well, great job there, and really good, for Coach McCray and his troops in terms of getting something positive.
Yep.
certainly anything you close the gap and being able to get back on the bus, knowing that you put at least one drive together and maybe get another opportunity to get another before the end of the game.
So they'll go for 2. Clock continues to move. Almost halfway through this fourth quarter, and we'll see what they dial up here for the 2-point conversion. 3 in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. Edmondson hands it right off, and stuffed immediately is Graham, and the 2-point conversion will go for naught. That'll keep the score at 42-6. We'll be back right after this. Chatard leading 42-6 on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
And we're back here. Fourth quarter action, 5:54 to go. Chatard leading 42-6, but a nice drive there, capped off by a couple of runs by Graham. Graham finds the end zone to make it 42-6. Good to find the end zone, as you mentioned there, Craig.
No, again, any type of drives that you can get offensively or getting any stops defensively, plays great into the psyche and mindset of these student athletes, and certainly gives some things for the coaches to talk through, as well as these young student athletes for the bus ride home.
Here's the kickoff. Squibs it to the 30. Shimmy shake out of one tackle. Shimmies out of another. And he will be marked down. Forward progress at the 40-yard line. That's Kenton Ferris with the run back. Fred Johnson with a nice tackle there to stop his forward progress with 5:35 to go here in this game. So Chatard, a team that we know, Craig, more than likely going to compete for a state championship this year. Certainly going to be the favorite in Class 3A. What are your overall impressions here with 5:15 to go in the fourth quarter?
Well, I mean, they're clearly Chatard being the favorite going into the last game of the season. We're getting ready for a sectional draw, and certainly the odds-on favorite, been number one all year long. Had very, very tough sectional to get out of. But had some interesting games about 3 weeks ago against Cathedral.
Yep.
Had some light issues. Game had to be played on a Saturday or finished on a Saturday. And then the week after that, Guerin Catholic took them to overtime, had to squeeze that out. And so they've had a few great tests, and one that's such a huge rivalry with Cathedral, and one that Chatard has came up on the short end of the stick in the last several years, but got that win here a few weeks back.
So on the first down play, Hill keeps it, loses 5 yards, so 2nd and 15 on the 35-yard line. The difficulty in coaching a game like this, look, it's obviously at halftime it was kind of put away, you could say. Nothing's for sure. But up 35-0. But you don't want people to not go hard. You don't want people to relax just because of the scoreboard. Good for Chatard here, even though they haven't scored here in this second half. But good for them to continue these drives and not let up any.
Well, I think, putting them in a position where they're getting good quality reps, and anything that you can get good from the execution standpoint. Here's the thing is, even when your backups come in, your coaches don't want to see execution drop off. Mm-hmm. They want you to continue to stay as we get a tackle for a loss here by the Blue Devils. But you want to continue to execute at a high level. And that's the big thing that the coaching staff is looking for now, is not so much what does it result in terms of points, but what's the execution? How do you own your assignments?
So another tackle in the backfield will set up a 4th down and 20. So for the first time tonight Fred Johnson will have a chance to return a punt. He's lined up around the 40-yard line with 3 minutes to go, so a nice defensive stance there to force the punt here by Shortridge. High snap, boot in the air. It's a wobbler. It'll bounce at the 45, and it'll go out of bounds at the 40, so that's where Shortridge will take over. Clock ticking, 2:45 to go, fourth quarter.
So Lawrence Central has just scored to tie Ben Davis up 17-17.
We got some good ones. Center Grove still, you say that they're down?
The latest update that we have received, not sure if it's just the latest one we've got is what we'll give you, is LN's up by 4, 19-15. Carmel Warren, last we saw, was still locked at 7, as is Zionsville Avon at 10.
So 2 minutes to go in this one. Shortridge with the football. Handoff, Graham passes the 45-yard line. And Graham racking up the yards here in the second half, has tripled what they had in that first half. And a minute 40 to go here. We'll see what they can pick up on second down and 4.
Gain of 6 on the play, second and 4.
Minute 23 to go. The look to throw, heaves it deep, left side, caught! Nice pitch and catch there, and he's going to be tackled at the 15-yard line. So a little bit of momentum there, and it's hauled in by Kamari Moore, the biggest gain of the night for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, what great touch. And as we see the replay here, great touch and then great concentration by Moore to follow that in all the way to his hands. Ran a great route, and Edmondson just put it right where he needed to. Biggest play of the game outside of the touchdown, obviously the longest for the Blue Devils, setting them up again to possibly punch another one here towards 30 seconds to go in the game, Tony.
And right over the top, hauls it in. We'll see what they can do here with 30 seconds to go. It's a fumble in the backfield, and they're going to fall on it, and that could be how this game ends. We'll see if Shortridge maybe tries to line up and throw one deep to the end zone with 23 seconds to go. Down to 15.
Loss of 3 on the play.
And I think that, why not? Take another shot to the end zone. 5 seconds on the clock. We'll see what the decision is here. Under pressure, steps up, out of it, goes to the end zone, and he throws it into the parking lot, and that's where this one will end. We thank you so much for watching high school football here on IndianaSRN, where tonight on senior night, the Chatard Trojans moved to 8-0 on the season. They beat Shortridge 42-6. A big thanks to everybody at IndianaSRN here in the booth. Craig Cox, Ben Wood, Justin Griffiths did a great job on the camera tonight. I'm Tony Donahue. Enjoy your week. We'll see you next Friday night for more exciting high school football action.
Everyone, please have a safe weekend. Get home safe, stay warm, and have a great weekend. G. Money Miller signing off for the Bishop Chatard Radio Network. Good night.